As far as I can make out from what I've seen of the response from Brussels and I think Dublin, they're not talking about the proposals that we're actually going to be tabling. They're talking about some stuff that went in previously.
Okay,
but clearly, this is the moment when the kind of rubber hits the road, and this is when the hard yards really are in the course of the negotiations. And the difficulty really is going to be around the customs union and to what extent Northern Ireland can be retained within EU bodies at all. And we've made a very good offer. We're going to make a very good offer. We're going to be tabling it formally very soon. But there is a difficulty if you try to keep Northern Ireland in the customs union. We're not going to be producing now the proposals that we'll be tabling in Brussels, because that's what you've just recited is an example of the kind of ways in which this thing can get confused, and people can, I think, needlessly distort what we're proposing, and then conversations can become more difficult. We do think there's a good way forward. We do think there's a good solution. I very much hope that our European EU friends in Brussels, in Dublin, in Germany as well, will want to take it forward. That there should be no checks at the border, that the unity of the single market should be respected, and of course that the Anglo-Irish, the Good Friday peace process should be promoted and respected. And that is what we're going to do. And you can do all three of those things whilst withdrawing the UK whole and entire from the EU. And that is what we're going to do. And we do have a solution. The UK government has already made a very considerable offer. And if you look at what we're saying on the sanitary and phytosanitary arrangements, that is, we are already accepting that you could have, in the famous words attributed to Ian Paisley the Elder, you could have a situation in which, as it were, in Northern Ireland, the people are British, but the cattle are Irish. And you have a single territory for agriculture, for sanitary, phytosanitary, for agri-foods. And that is a big concession by the UK government, because after all, what it means is that for all those areas, and it covers a great deal of trade north-south of the border, the decisions on sanitary and phytosanitary rules would still be taken, let me finish this, would still be taken in Brussels with no say by the UK, with Dublin participating in those conversations. It is itself a very considerable advance.